Disclaimer, my readings are not for the faint of heart. Must have thick skin.
Hey you guys, it's that time. Pick a story where in one of the decks or all of the decks could be a story or a message for you. And this week is straight alternating, so we're straight picking the card that you're drawn to. Alright, so starting with deck number 1, could your story or message be here in deck number 1? Alright, or is it in deck number 2? Could your story or message be here in deck number 2? Or is your story or message here in deck number 3? Could your story or message be here in deck number 3? Alright, so I hope you have made your selection. And we'll go ahead and begin with deck number 1. You have the Hierophant, the Nine of Swords, the Seven of Cups, the Eight of Wands, the Moon, overall energy, Three of Cups, the Fool, and the Devil. All right, so overall energies. It feels like there could be some upcoming anxiety when it comes to responsibility. I feel that you're also maybe trying to get your life in order. Maybe there has been a lot of excessive behavior going on in your life, whether it's relationship-wise or spending habits, eating habits. Maybe you've been drinking, hanging out with friends, drinking, and just doing whatever you want to do. Or maybe getting something out of your system. And maybe you were doing something because you know that maybe now you're getting ready to take on some sort of responsibility or commitment. So it could have been that you have been, in a sense, celebrating and just doing a lot of irresponsible things. Maybe you're getting ready to be hired, or maybe you're getting a promotion, and you're like, okay, well, I guess my hours are about to get ate up now. Let me go ahead and get these things out of my system. Or maybe someone is getting ready to enter a relationship and is like, okay, let me keep dating, let me keep wilding out, let me do everything I can to get this out of my system before I commit. So I kind of feel like maybe someone's been trying to get things out of their system. I feel like relationship-wise, somebody is still maybe having anxiety about what the future holds once they say I do, or once, any type of commitment is made. And there's a lot of worrying. You might be having like a lot of crazy dreams about something, and your intuition also could be trying to tell you something, but you're ignoring it. Maybe you are trying to do things for practical reasons, but intuitively something is off, and your intuition is like yelling at you, and you're just like, no, no, no. So I kind of feel like you're also needing to make sure that you are trusting your intuition. If your intuition is telling you that maybe something isn't for you, or maybe you need to go in a different direction, then you might want to listen to that. I also kind of feel like someone is maybe dreading some sort of news that's coming up, or maybe this hasn't happened yet, but there is some sort of news or information that's about to be revealed that will cause you to have worry and anxiety about it and confusion. I feel like there's a lot of daydreaming and fantasizing about things. So going back to like relationship, I feel like somebody who is in a commitment or supposed to be in a commitment is maybe struggling a little bit. I feel like somebody is trying to detach from their shadow side. They're like, that's not me anymore. Like, I'm done and over with that. But I feel like that shadow still lives within. You also could be in denial that you're capable of doing something. Maybe you have certain morals or standards. You're like, I would never do that. But yet you're being kind of tested. You don't know what you're capable of. Both of these two are just kind of talking about shadow work to me. And having to navigate, suppressed thoughts or emotions that you might be having. Maybe you're trying to, maybe you don't even realize that you're repressed. And a person or a situation is making you realize that you are. And you're like, who am I? Like, am I really like this? Am I really capable of doing X, Y, Z? So I feel like your faith is going to be tested. I also feel that, you're having to maybe struggle with your moral beliefs versus your reality. Or maybe you're dealing with something that could be considered unethical, but yet you're being a part of it. And I kind of feel like that is to show you that nobody's hands are clean. Like, everybody is guilty of something. Like, nobody's perfect. And even though we all know that, like, maybe something is being revealed to you where you really understand. It's not just a saying like, oh, nobody's perfect. It's like, no, you do more than, you're guilty of more than not washing your hands after you left the bathroom. Like you're guilty of some other deeper things. And so I kind of feel like maybe you're having to acknowledge something within yourself. And it could be too that at some point you cast judgment on someone else or other people about what they did or what they were doing. But now you're ending up walking in that person's shoes. So yeah. Going back to your career or your professional life. So I kind of feel like there is some anxiety about your career. Maybe you're being promoted and you're nervous about it. Or maybe you know that being in a certain position means that you have to, cover up another part of you, like, your Facebook or your social media in general. Like, maybe you have like a lot of wild things going on in social media, but you know that once you step into this position, maybe it's a political position, or maybe it's just a prestigious company that will scrub down your social media, and you're just like, the but this is a part of me, but now I have to be cautious about what I share. Or maybe you're very nervous about what will be found or seen, and just how it will affect your professional life. And then the anxiety also could just be coming from, again, that responsibility of, your new job or your new position. And I feel like there's also a lot that's going on. Like maybe you're going to find yourself like really busy. In regards to spirituality, I kind of feel like maybe something's being introduced to you. Or it's like receiving some sort of spiritual knowledge because you've reached a certain maturity level, and so certain things that you're learning about spirituality or religion is kind of like getting into your head. So something about your knowledge or education could be scaring you or making you nervous or paranoid about certain things. Also in regards to education, maybe you're feeling insecure, like, maybe you feel like you waited too late. You're like, why did I wait so late to go to school or to get a class? And you're like overthinking things. It's like a lot coming at you, and it's starting to make you have doubts about what you're capable of doing or learning. But I feel like that is just all in your head. It's just you getting out of your comfort zone, and you're experiencing something new. So something about learning or education could have you really nervous. Now, also, I feel like there's some anxiety about an agreement or arrangement that was made between parties. Maybe someone initially agreed to enter into a friends with benefits situation, and now there's anxiety about it or doubts, and like, maybe I shouldn't do this, or maybe I thought I could handle this, but this isn't such a great idea. So there could be that. If you go to therapy, I feel like you could be sharing something really deep and personal with your therapist. Maybe it initially is like surface things that you're learning about yourself or being revealed. And then there is something that really gets deep, that maybe you didn't want to remember that or acknowledge that. So a therapist could help you unlock some sort of repressed memories. There also could be an anticipation or anxiety about the results of some sort of test as well. Maybe someone is, stressing out about having a disease or something, and it's just like, oh my God, do I have this? And, it's just taking forever to get those test results. And maybe you're imagining like the worst things. So I also feel like maybe a friend has something that they're wanting to confess to you. And maybe this person's really nervous about it. I feel like someone is also normally very guarded. I feel like somebody has something to reveal, and they're very nervous about expressing how they feel. Either you are getting ready to reveal something that takes a lot of courage, or vice versa, somebody's going to reveal something to you. Also, spiritually, I kind of feel like you inherited some sort of gift. It could be a gift of mediumship or being an empath. Just being intuitive in general might be triggering. You might find yourself feeling overwhelmed or over emotional about certain things because your emotions are high. And you could also, it could be because you're tapped into other people's energies. So I feel like you're needing to kind of like sort out exactly what it is that you're feeling and process it, so that you can have clarity. I feel like somebody is really nervous about being judged. There could be anxiety in regards to an upcoming court date. Or what you're going to receive when it comes to a legal matter. Also, before marriage, somebody could just be nervous about meeting someone's father, especially the parents, but especially like the father. I also kind of feel like there may be a situation where the in-laws, like somebody's father has a business and then their partner works for their father or parent. So being hired by an in-law or working together with an in-law. So I'm seeing that somebody in a relationship is nervous about the way they feel about a friend or someone who is supposed to be, just a friend or platonic. I feel like this person is starting to recognize that they have feelings. Also, if someone's been fantasizing about you, they might share that with you. Or if somebody had a dream about you. Even if it's like an innocent dream, I feel like maybe somebody is nervous about sharing that. Yeah, definitely seems like someone is maybe very nervous about revealing their true feelings or expressing themselves. If you are having to give a speech for any reason or do any type of presentation, I feel like someone's nerves are like really going haywire. I feel that someone's going to be sending some sort of messages to you. And whatever these messages are, I feel like it's making you nervous and happy at the same time. It also looks like some sort of messages are being revealed to you in a dream, especially about a future relationship, or like your dreams are trying to share something with you in regards to a relationship or a future one. Also could be about finances too. Like if you have a feeling that you're about to come into a windfall of money, that could potentially happen as well. But that's kind of like a excitement. One other thing I'm seeing is that initially you maybe you declined an opportunity or ignored it. Maybe it was a financial opportunity or a relationship opportunity or opportunity to travel. Whatever it was, I feel like initially you ignored it and then that opportunity presents itself again. This time I feel like you accept it, but you're still nervous about it because it's forcing you to like make some changes in your life or to step outside of your comfort zone. All right, so let's look at deck number 2. All right, you have the 5 of Coins, the Hierophant, the Empress, King of Wands, 2 of Cups, overall energy, the Moon, Ace of Wands, and the 2 of Pentacles. All right, so you also could be dealing with a lot of heavy emotions. You might find yourself feeling very emotional. Something could trigger you whether it's just a song that you heard that unlocks some sort of memory, or something that you're watching that unlocks a memory, and you could definitely find yourself just overwhelmed with emotion. I feel that someone is also struggling with themselves, or like they're having mood swings. It just seems like there are a lot of unstable emotions that you could be dealing with. It also could be that your finances, like you're emotional about your finances in some way, because it definitely looks like there is a lack of something happening. Maybe you feel like you don't have enough, or you're lacking some sort of stability, and it's really, weighing heavily on you. So I'm seeing this kind of play out a couple ways. Either you have a job that just does not pay enough, even though you have like a lot of responsibility there. You just still feel unsatisfied with your finances. Or you say, this is for the birds, and you end up, looking for a job somewhere else and then getting hired somewhere. Something almost looks like a rags to riches, or like initially you feel like you don't have enough, but then you end up feeling very satisfied or fulfilled, especially when it comes to material pleasures, material gains. Something happens where it's like, okay, this I like, this I can do. So it could be that you leave, your job or your career and accept a job offer somewhere else. Or maybe you get a promotion and you're like, okay, I could do this. Or maybe you're selected to work from home. Whatever it does, it seems that eventually you will find that something meets your needs. You feel balanced and at peace again. You either find your dream job, or if it's a promotion, or the company just has like another position for you that opens up, you accept it and you feel like this is what you want to do. This is pleasurable. If it is not something going on with a company, or more so like if you work for yourself, there could be something going on in regards to being self-employed that gives you happiness or peace. Now, as far as relationships and things of that nature, if you are in an established relationship, either you or your partner could be feeling unsatisfied and maybe too nervous to talk about it, too nervous to talk about what your needs are, or what it is that you're needing to feel secure in a relationship. The only thing that concerns me about that is, someone flirting outside of the relationship, or agreeing to something because you feel unfulfilled here. It's like, well, I'm gonna find it somewhere else. So it could be you. Maybe you're the one that's like, okay, my partner is not giving me this, I'm gonna find it somewhere else. Or your partner could be doing this. And if you have been very guarded or suspicious about your relationship, your intuition has been going off, and you're like, something just doesn't feel right, it could be because there is something else happening on the side. You know, maybe your partner is pulling away because they're enjoying company with someone else. Even if it's not physical cheating, it could be some sort of emotional cheating that's taking place. If you are single, I feel like somebody is approaching you. I'm still concerned about who the person is approaching you. It's possible that they just got out of a relationship, or it's the other situation where they're unsatisfied, so now they're setting up shop. They're like, okay, I know I'm about to exit out of this relationship. Let me set up a new relationship before I do that. And so it could be that they're getting ready to transition from a relationship with someone else and enter a relationship with you. So someone could be a monogamous, serial monogamous, where they're just like transferring from relationship to relationship. Now, I also feel that there could be some sort of flirtatious behavior between maybe you and an authoritative figure, or something going on at work. Something starting off as a professional relationship or a professional connection, and it could lead to some sort of flirtation and feelings. Yeah, a relationship could start off professional, whether you are the professional or you end up falling in love with someone who you had a professional relationship with. And I feel like something is also being revealed to you. Something is being unlocked and revealed. If someone has been struggling with fertility issues, there could be a positive, it could be positive news about being pregnant. Or maybe someone's been going to a specialist to try and get pregnant. There's also the possibility of receiving a proposal after a rejection or breakup. So maybe someone had to lose something to understand how valuable it was. You also could get into something professional, or start working as a professional in regards to something that you know how to do. Maybe something was a hidden talent or a hobby, and all of a sudden you're becoming a professional with it. People are hiring you or commissioning you for something that you have, some sort of talent or gift that you have. There could be something developing between either you and a fire sign, or you and a Taurus or a Pisces. Feels like someone is also maybe being recruited to something. I feel like all in all too is that some sort of need is being fulfilled. I feel like somebody is confessing that they miss you. Initially, I feel like this person was too proud to say that, or had like a lot of pride in the way. And now this person is maybe ready to admit that or come forward with their truth. I feel like somebody's also been teetering back and forth or like on the fence about should they or shouldn't they. And it does look like there is a very nervous person who appears as if they're very, put together, calm, cool, collective, but they're a nervous wreck on the inside. Especially when it comes to you. You might bring out someone else's vulnerabilities and sensitive side, which, can maybe drive them crazy. Makes them very uncomfortable. Now, it also looks like you are finding value in something, or you're finding something that was lost, something that you valued. Something feels like you're also taking your power back, or taking back control of a situation that you had lost control of. Someone who was unavailable to you at some point is now available. It's possible that you connected with someone during like bad timing. Or maybe you've been in some sort of on-off again situation with somebody. But I feel like somebody was not available. But now this person may be separated from someone or getting ready to go through a divorce. I still say be cautious if you don't want to be a rebound. And not saying that you will, but I do feel like a relationship is freshly ended. Now, I also feel like somebody is wanting to step down from a traditional job and focus on their entrepreneurship. I feel like somebody is needing a break. Something has been difficult or like been emotionally draining, and I feel like somebody needs a break. Spiritually, I feel like somebody is realizing something about their mother. Or realizing that you inherited something from your mother. You might feel like you're carrying the burden of your ancestors, especially on your mother's side. Now, it also looks like you are being sought after or observed. Again, it goes to recruitment. So for a job, it could be that you're being considered for a position, like you're being recruited. Relationship-wise, I feel like somebody is strategizing how they're going to approach you and what it is that they want to say to you. It feels like somebody is making a bold claim or a bold statement towards you. And yeah, I feel like somebody is wanting to apologize. Somebody is wanting you to give them a chance or to let them make up for lost time or to make up for mistakes. I feel like you're also going to be throwing out some things that you no longer need, things that you were holding on to, things that also maybe had sad or negative energy attached to it. I also feel like a spirit keeps trying to tell you that they love you. Yeah. Especially if you feel like a lot of anxiety, you might be very sensitive to spirits that are trying to relay a message to you. But I feel like they're trying to say that they love you. And also that they're near. Okay, I'm starting to feel bad. Like a spirit feels bad that you can't hear them. Or like that you're ignoring them. It's possible they either want you to see something or receive something from them. So I kind of feel too like something is right in front of your face. The answer that you're needing is right in front of you. Make sure that you aren't procrastinating on some sort of opportunity that keeps being presented to you. All right. Excuse me, moving on to deck number 3. You have the Knight of Cups, the Three of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, the King of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, overall energy, the Devil, Judgment, and the Magician. All right, so I feel like something is a distraction or an illusion. And in love, I feel like somebody has been maybe trying to get your attention in indirect ways. I feel like there could be a love situation where someone is obsessed. And I feel like this person could also, if they're into witchcraft or spell work, have been either doing binding spells or attraction spells. Also, with this overall energy, I feel that you are having to deal with past life karmas, with Judgment here and Devil. I feel like you're having to deal with past life unresolved karmas. Maybe there's some unfinished business with maybe one person, maybe multiple people. Also can apply to karma with inanimate objects like your job or your home. Something is part of your karma, and maybe it feels like you're stuck in a situation, or you can't move on from a situation until that karma has been fulfilled. It also could be that someone is feeling bound to you or obligated to you until some sort of karmic lesson is understood or learned. I am concerned in a love situation, though, that whoever you are dealing with or about to deal with, this person can be manipulative. They're talented, but they could be taking advantage or abusing their gift or power. I feel like you want to make sure that someone has good intentions, but it's kind of hard with this energy to see through this person or what they want. I feel like there is someone that is waiting to maybe hear back from you, or maybe you could be obsessing, waiting to hear back from somebody. I feel like in the meantime, like maybe you're trying to focus on other things. You're like, okay, well, I can't move forward until I know this or that. Let me just focus on this. So there is some kind of anticipation. You could be waiting to hear back from, something that you applied to or a relationship situation. There also could be, maybe you feel torn between a water sign and an earth sign. Ultimately, too, I feel that you're having to be patient for something. I don't know if you want to rush a process, but it's kind of like you can't rush this process. This process takes time. So it's better to direct your attention to something else until the time is right for whatever this is that you're waiting for. Oh, what's that? King of Cups. Yeah. It also could be that somebody is just patiently waiting for you to respond to them. They're like, when are they going to respond? Like, I'm trying to be patient. Yeah, especially if you are dealing with a water sign. And it does seem like there is something developing, but it's just a slow process. Whatever this is, it could be a relationship. Maybe it's having something to do with finances. But whatever it is that you're waiting for, it is a slow process. Now, I feel like you're also having to take a moment to just like reflect or take an assessment of your situation. Make sure that what you want are in alignment, the things that you want are in alignment with your values. Also, if you're taking your time connecting with someone or responding to someone, it's because you want to make sure that that's what you want. I feel like you don't want to rush into something. You don't want to rush into a relationship. You don't want to rush into a job. So again, I'm getting someone is maybe being very patient with you while also at the same time very obsessed. You could be dealing with someone who's also very territorial and possessive of you. If you're already in a relationship, it could feel like a burden, and maybe you're just trying to figure out whether or not you should stay or go. It just seems like ultimately you're doing some form of contemplating about a karmic situation. I'm also getting that something could be a cover or a front. I feel like somebody is doing some kind of money laundering. There is someone that is trying to be both optimistic about the future and trusting the process, but at the same time, like I said, running out of patience. And there is someone at a distance that could be trying to get your attention. If someone is trying to rush you, I feel like that pushes you away. Now, career-wise, there could be an opportunity being presented to you, but it requires you to learn or study something. But you still might consider it. Or maybe you're questioning, is it worth it to learn this or to study it? If you're changing careers or professions, it's kind of like a learning scale or a learning curve. You're learning something new. I feel like you're optimistic and excited about it. But it's like starting entry level. Somebody at your job is daydreaming or fantasizing about you or curious about you. Something is also looking like now that Pandora's box has been opened, it can't be closed back. You might have more than one love interest as well. There could be multiple people fighting for your attention, which also kind of swells the ego. Something especially feels like testosterone, detecting more testosterone, which creates some sort of competitive energies. Then it's like, do they really want you, or do they just want to be the person who gets you? You could be questioning someone's motives, or they're questioning yours. I feel like you're having to put a lot of serious thought into something now. Something's going on where you're really having to think long and hard about it. excuse me, you might be wondering too if something is worth it. If it's about getting involved with someone, you're wondering, is it worth the risk? So I don't know if it's some sort of taboo or risky situation. If it's about a career opportunity, you're still questioning, is it worth the risk? Maybe it requires you to have to leave your family, or it's something, but you're questioning, is it worth the risk? In a love situation, I'm also seeing some sort of an age gap. I feel like it's a big age gap because it would be considered taboo, or someone looks like a predator. And finally, somebody is like really, obsessing. I feel like it's somebody obsessing over you, but it could be reversed. But it's like somebody is like really waiting to see you. This person's been thinking about you. They can't wait to get back together with you. I mean, it could be if you're in a long distance relationship, they're just anticipating the next time they get to see you. You guys are in physical contact with each other. I feel too like the energy this week is about catering to your material needs. So your root chakra, I feel like there's a need to feed it or acknowledge it or nurture it. Or maybe you're needing some sort of grounding. Someone comes with like an entire package relationship wise. So someone likely already has a family. They also could have a controlling family, or you could be entering a family that is like involved with like shadowy things. And the family could be heavily involved in a relationship because it's like they're gang stalkers or whatever. They're like, nope, once you're in a family, you're locked in type of mentality. That also could be how it's viewed with a job. It's like once you're locked in, like you're one of us now. So it could be considered culty or cultish. All right, so yeah, those are all the messages I'm getting, but hopefully some things resonated. Feel free to leave your feedback. Thank you guys for watching. Sending love and grace.